Hey everybody, welcome to a Brilliant Businesses podcast. My name is Nick Bryant and I'm here today with Simon Luck from Post My Office. How are you, Simon?
Very well, and you?
Very good, thank you. Good to see you.
And you.
Now, this is a series of podcasts we've been doing on IT in the workplace. And today we're going to be covering cybersecurity. And at this time, we're leading up to Christmas and everyone is going to be shopping online. It's the world we live in right now with e-commerce. It makes it very easy for shoppers, but of course that leads people into some security issues with cybersecurity. So Simon's going to tell us how we can prevent that and how we can help get through this period without having any cyber threats. I guess that's the right term.
Yeah.
So tell us how to do it, Simon.
So I guess at this time of the year, we're open to more more cyber threats, and that could be that hackers are going to be using more email and website scams, and there's various different ways that they could trap your data.
Yeah.
So one of the first things to look out for or to make sure is that you've got a really strong password for your email.
Yeah.
If a hacker was to penetrate your email account, they could reset your email account and then start to send out resets for other accounts. So have a different password for your email account. It's good to have different passwords for all other accounts, but have a particularly secure different password for your email account. You could make that up of 3 random words. You could use whatever, just not your date of birth, not password one. Make it as secure as possible to try and stop people guessing what it might be. So that's the first level.
And I guess it's not just your emails. You've got your social media accounts. You've got your banking. You've got everything. There's so many different opportunity to use passwords, and it's probably easy to fall in the trap of using the same one every time.
Yeah, very easy.
But then, of course, there's a question where how do you remember all these passwords? Where do you store them so they are safe?
So you can use things like your internet browser, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Firefox. They'll all store your passwords for you, and they'll all be encrypted. So if we take Chrome, for example, you'll have TwoFactor Authentication to actually get into your Chrome account.
Right.
So it then stores all of your passwords within there. If somebody were to access it from another device, it would prompt. So you can keep all of your separate passwords in there, so you don't have to remember them, but you can generate really strong, and it'll even help you generate those strong passwords and store them for you.
So it's not a good idea putting them all on a spreadsheet or something like that. No. Unless you printed it off, but who does that these days?
It is a good idea to start to
Right.
print off, and when you start to get to things like wills and things like that, how do people access your data? So it is a good idea for somebody to have access to that information. So if you print it off, pop it in safe, give it to whoever looks after your will. So if they do need to access bank accounts, that sort of stuff. There's a whole different topic there.
Yeah, that's backing up properly differently, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
Tell me about the two-factor authentication, because I know working with social media accounts, you get that a lot you get that on Facebook now, and you get it on Twitter and Instagram, but it's not just those, it's on others, isn't it?
No, more and more people companies are pushing for their clients. So Facebook, and you're the user of the client, to use two-factor authentication. And what that means is that you'll have a prompt, maybe 6 digits. So you'll put in your username, password, email, and password, and then to access the account, you're actually from another device. How can we authenticate you? So they'll either send you a text, they'll send you an email to a completely different email account with a verification code. You put that code in, and then it allows you. So it's building up a barrier. So you, for instance, might know my username and password, but actually when it sends a verification code to my phone, you don't have my phone in front of you.
Right.
So if you're trying to hack my account, it stops you there. So it's another layer of defense.
Another layer of security.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right. And what about people that've got lots of different devices, phones, laptops, desktops? Is it wise to keep them all up to date with the latest operating software, and that helps cybersecurity?
Yeah, for sure. So update all of your devices.
Right.
So not just your laptops, and it's when the annoying little update comes on your phone, I'll do that later. Do it now.
Yeah.
They're pushing that update out for a reason, and that's because they've either become aware of some threats or vulnerabilities within the operating system, be it the operating system on the phone or whatever. So whether it's Android or Apple or Microsoft, they'll become aware of the threat, they'll fix that, and they'll push an update out to stop that threat, to stop that vulnerability. So yeah, always update.
Okay. And as far as helping businesses with all this kind of stuff, which is what you do, what sort of businesses are you looking for to help? Is it any business that...
Any business wants to have a conversation, we're always happy to help.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And then moving on to backing up, which is obviously a very important part of this, because, you know, you can get back to it if you need it. Talk us through that, how that works.
Just back up.
Right.
Just
do it.
In whichever way, you know,
Yeah.
if people want to back up documents to Dropbox or however they want to do, typically, you know, even things like WhatsApp will prompt you to back up. You know, if you've got whatever your product or phone, they'll always try and back up with iCloud, Samsung, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
They'll always try and prompt you. Your data, you know, you want to be able to go back to that. If you swap phones and you haven't backed up and you haven't got those photos, you know, you of your family, your friends, and all those sort of events, you want to keep those memories. So always back up.
Cool. That's a very good tip. Well, I think cybersecurity right now is it's really important that people look out for that, especially this time of year. And I think they're really good tips, Simon. So thank you very much for
No problem. Thank you
for joining us today and keeping us up to date with that. We're going to do another one of these podcasts again next month, which will be the 4th one. And I think we're going to talk about predictions in the workplace for 2021. Is that right?
Look forward to it.
Yeah. Okay. So all Simon's details are on the Brilliant Businesses website if you need him. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to us if you like us, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.